Oh, good.
I just tagged her.
Perfect. Thanks, Jill. So how is everybody doing? Doing good?
Sorry, I got a lot of background noise with the kid playing with his toys.
Yeah, I've got Isa sitting next to me with headphones and an iPad. So, we are all awesome moms. It's good. So I want you, Jill, to share your story with us that we've been talking about the last couple days, because I guarantee you're not the only one or the first one. And so everybody needs to listen to Jill's story for a second.
Yeah, so I had 2 customers and 1 coach who I had talked through the process, was getting ready to get them all signed up and get things going yesterday. I was like, sweet, I'm going to get Success Club in one day. I'm going to have this done, and then the rest of the month I can just kind of, not be so stressed out. And then I had an old classmate of mine that was also a Beachbody coach. She has now quit, but of course she's a common friend amongst all of us on Facebook, and she put a post on there stating that she could no longer be a Beachbody coach because she found out that Shakeology has the green tea in it, and in her opinion it was against the word of wisdom, and so she could no longer promote a product that was against the word of wisdom. Scared away all 3 of my people because of that, and so I lost all 3 of my sales on that yesterday, and I kind of was in that big dilemma of, it's, nowhere, and this gets into a lot of personal feelings about what the word of wisdom states and whatnot. There can be a huge long debate on it. Obviously, all of us on this call are obviously on the side where we say we don't feel as though drinking Shakeology is against the word of wisdom, but there are some people out there who take any kind of tea in any form, just the name tea, as being against the word of wisdom, and therefore won't drink Shakeology because it has green tea in it, no matter how healthy it is, like that. So I definitely had a big internal dilemma of, do I try and talk them through that, or am I overstepping bounds on their, on their agency and their religious beliefs to try and talk them away from that, away from thinking that Shakeology is bad. I finally realized, and I just followed my feelings on it, and those who really want to explore whether or not Shakeology is a good thing or not for them, I'm willing to share with them my testimony about it, why I think Shakeology is a great thing, and why I don't feel that, for me, that it's against the word of wisdom or have any issues with it. But I definitely have ran into some people who are so strict about that they just said no matter what, if it has the word tea in it, we won't drink it. It's bad for us, and I'm not going to do it. So I finally just had to, just say, okay, well, thank you for your time, and I'll just continue to try and influence them for a healthy lifestyle. But as of right now, I just know they're not going to be right to be on my team. But I don't know if any of the rest of you have run into that at all. It seems like something that has kind of boiled up lately, especially like in our board and amongst my high school friends and stuff on Facebook. Is this big debate over the green tea? So does anybody else have any issues with that they've run into?
Well, my husband was kind of listening in, and he's like, but green tea, is an extract, though. So it shouldn't, I think people jump to conclusions that, that's against the Mormon religion and stuff, but in all actuality, isn't just caffeine in general
share. Keeping you away from addictions and for overindulging in different things, and it's tough. And that's where, that's why I decided, there's some people that are willing to and have that discussion and that are generally interested to say, is this okay or not for me to drink? And those people I'm good with having the discussion with and saying, this is why I feel that it's good. It helps me to avoid sugar, things like that I am addicted to, that in my opinion, it's probably more against the heart of wisdom for me to, drink all the Pepsi and eat all the sugar and all the stuff that really is bad for my body that I do have an addiction to, than to drink Shakeology, which has a little green tea extracted. And so, but I did realize a few of these people in the past, I realized they latch on to certain things and tend to take them to the extreme, like the tea stuff, like in the word of wisdom. And so those are ones that's like, I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to cause any contention or create any drama. And so I just kind of backed off, even though it was hard to let those sales go for now. Maybe they'll change their opinion in the future. I don't know. But I would just keep putting positive things out there about it.
So I have a. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I came across this video on somebody's Facebook that I was messaging, and it was on Monster Energy drinks. And I need to go back and put that in the team page, because if she drinks Monsters, it was like a whole breakdown of why Monster Energy drinks are fueled by the devil. Like the sign of the cross is like an Antichrist sign. The M for monster is like some other satanic thing. I'm not even kidding. I literally was like, okay, I've never thought of that before, but I see where they're going with this. And yeah, it might be kind of crazy, but like Tavy said, if they're willing to drink soda, and like we've talked about in text message, chocolate. There's chocolate extract in Shakeology also, which causes caffeine. But you're telling me that you're not going to make brownies on Sunday? So I feel that it's just not their time, and keep putting positive stuff up. And I have an idea of something I wanted to discuss with you guys after I check in and see how everybody's doing. So we'll kind of get back to that in a minute. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jill. Have you heard anything else from them?
No, I haven't heard anything. And I figure I'll just follow up with them, maybe after the holidays, see how they're doing. Maybe even, do some kind of free group or something after the holidays they can be part of that doesn't involve Shakeology at this point. Just keep in contact with them and see where it goes from there.
Good idea. So I'm craving a Diet Pepsi, so I have my LaCroix water. It's my sparkling water with no sodium and no added sugar, because I really want a Pepsi today, but I'm not going to do it. Camille has her brown water right now as we speak. I love it. It is real. We love the real. Okay, I'm going to pick on you next, Camille. You had a great vacation and we missed you, and it's so exciting to have you back.
I seriously missed you guys so much. I love logging in every day to see what you guys are doing and see your faces. I just have this energy from you. I love it. So I think it's really good.
Can you guys hear Camille? I can't hear you very well.
Oh, you can't? It's because I'm doing my makeup.
Oh, I can hear you better now.
I barely got my eyelashes on. I never do eyelashes, so anyways, you see me better now? Anyways, so yeah, I missed you guys really bad. You guys have a good energy, and I just missed that, so it's good to be back.
We missed you too.
Yeah, so not much to say other than it's good to be back.
And you're already like pushing and working and not letting. I always feel like after vacation, I need a week of vacation from my vacation. And it's impressive to me that you jumped back in. So good job.
Yeah, it was. I mean, yesterday was really hard.
Absolutely.
Way home.
Oh, look at that handsome boy. Hi, buddy. How are things going for you, Latavia? It's impressive that you've had all this family stuff going on with the loss of your grandpa and everything, and you are still pushing forward. You're not letting any obstacles get in your way.
No, and for a couple of days I was kind of absent with Facebook posts and stuff, but I'm like, I'm a person with like no excuses. I'm just gonna get out there and get to work. So I think it was yesterday I started messaging friends of the two challengers in my last group that had such great success. I started messaging their friends, and I did get like two for that, and I just haven't heard anything else from the others. But at least I'm getting my name out there.
Baby likes that.
Yeah. Had like different messaging problems, but I got a personal message back on October 6th. I just barely got that from me yesterday. Like I got October 6th. So I have no idea why I'm just barely getting it, but it kind of makes me upset. I'm like, I wish I would have known, that she messaged her back then.
Are you guys friends on Facebook?
No, but I'm wondering if that's why.
Yeah, that is why. So this is what you need to do. I just learned this today. I actually learned that the hard way because I had a customer lead who was not friends with me on Facebook that for some reason didn't want to be friends on Facebook. And we had been communicating through email, but then she messaged me, and it's your other folder. So on your computer, you go to other, but if you're on your phone, you can go into Messenger. I just learned this morning. Go into Messenger, go into settings, click on people and message requests, and then click on see filtered requests. I just did that today. I had 15 messages. No, most of them were from creeps, so I deleted them. And I was glad that Facebook didn't put them in my inbox. But, so that is how you see that? Okay. Go into your messages, go into Messenger. Click on settings down at the bottom right hand corner. Click on people. Click on message requests. And then see filtered requests.
Wow. Oh, I have one from Snoop Dogg.
You have a message from Snoop Dogg? Stop it right now.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, like the real one?
Hopefully not. He scares me.
See, so it is kind of good that Facebook monitors these for us because if you're not friends, so Jill figured out the way to message somebody if you're not friends with them so that it shows up in their inbox and not in their others. So if you're messaging people that you're not friends with, they're probably not seeing it.
Yeah, I think that's how. And she finally came through. She said something like, "You've got a new message or a new message request or something like that." I can't remember how it works, but I'm just grateful that I got her. And I don't know how she learned about how I did the Beachbody thing or anything, but I messaged her right now.
So when you are going into your challengers Facebook, are you asking them like to give you a list of their friends, or are you just going in saying, hey, I've got one of your friends in my challenge group, just wondering if you want to join them?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Okay, go get it.
And then they feel more comfortable knowing that their friends already in the group and that they were so successful last month. And so that helped me to kind of get out there and then
get it?
I make sure that I go to their page and I add them as a friend. And then it's up to them if they want to make friends with me or not. But I'm trying to make new friends every single day. So you might as well ask people if they want to be friends with you. And if they don't, they don't. So that helps me build my friends list too. Like I probably tripled my friends list in the past, 4 weeks by just doing that. And that's gonna help because you're eventually gonna run out of friends and contacting people about different things. So you've gotta make new friends every day.
Absolutely. Great advice. Do you have any other things that are working or not working?
Well, like I said, I'm excited to do the gluten-free group in December because I already have like 5 people that want to join the group that have never been on Shakeology. They don't know about Beachbody or anything. So that's going to help me get through it a little bit more. This is what it's all about. It's about taking care of yourself, trying to eat healthy this holiday season. Here's some awesome gluten-free recipes that I use in my family. And that I think is going to get my, name out there a little bit more and then get that trust and then invite them to the challenge group for December. And then those people will get to try and be interested in the coaching aspect as well. So I'm excited about that little strategy that I have going on, and I've been working on making videos right now and everything like that. So
Yeah, that is an awesome idea. I'm excited for that too. I can't wait to see some of the recipes.
yes, they're amazing.
Thank you. I'm going to pick on Janice now. I'm unmuting her. If it's a bad time, I can come back. Hi, cute baby.
Hey,
How are things going for you?
we're going good.
Janice is going to become Emerald this month. She's going to make it happen.
Right, I'm trying hard.
I know. It's your month. I can feel it. How are things going?
Pretty good.
Still just getting lots of not right nows?
Yeah, that's all in the last month I've sent out over 200 people to the challenge group and all are no's. So I'm like, okay.
Are they hard no's or are they not right nows?
Most of them are not right now, but some of them are no.
Hey, baby.
Some have actually blocked me after they say
Hi,
no.
baby.
So,
Hi, baby.
That's no fun. Isa wants to say hi to the baby.
yay.
So you guys remember my story of when I blocked Brigida. So just keep putting your content out there. And even though they've blocked you, it does not mean that they are not still interested in what you're doing and still watching what you're doing. And honestly, if they are that uninterested, then who cares? As long as you're continually building your network and friend requesting new people all the time, who cares about the haters? They can mosey on.
That's right.
Do you have any questions for me?
Not that I can think of right now.
No. All right. Well, let me know if you think of some. Thank you. We have Julie back on the call today too. So excited to see her face. How
Can
are,
I say something about that green thing?
yes, please do.
I think, I don't know if y'all been talking about that, but you're right, you just have to let it go. But, I think what you find is people that are that picky and, look into something like that and then they're maybe drinking the energy drink on the other side or, they drink a ton of Coke or whatever. That's just the way they're going to be. And, it's nothing you can I don't know, but I know there are some ways it's made where it isn't the high caffeine, but I don't know that much about it. So, you know, you can look into that.
Phones.
I believe I looked it up one time before.
Phones.
I've been gone. Gone there.
Mommy headphones.
We're glad you're back.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's different things I like to do. Oh, it's been crazy. So now, yeah, I miss being on the Zoom calls and hearing all what you have to say and stuff. So that's good. Oh, and also, I was over at Heidi's. I was looking at, she ordered the cookbook that is at Autumn puts out, the cookbook for Shakeology. I don't know if any of you have it, but that is an amazing cookbook, and I came home and ordered it.
It is. It is
just
pretty
has
good.
really good stuff in it.
Does have a lot of good stuff. I do remember looking it up one time, and I actually think in our team page I might have put a document. I just need to look in there and see. I want to say it was like either 0.5 milligrams or 1.5 milligrams of caffeine, but that was also coming from the cocoa. Some of the caffeine content was coming from the cocoa. It was such a slight amount that, I mean, I don't even think. And honestly, like, I love to drink those. They're like a sparkling water, but they are flavored. Like, you get them at Maverick, and they're in a tall, skinny bottle. What are they called? I don't know, but you can get like mango and whatever else. It has green tea extract. So I'm like, really? Some of your vitamins have green tea extract. It's not like you're drinking coffee.
Yeah, and also, and you can tell them anything nowadays that involves weight loss or anything doesn't matter has a form of green tea extract in it. All of them do. There's not one of them that doesn't. And if the ones that don't have it are usually the slim fast crappy stuff. Okay, and then also, you know, we talked to bishops and things before. They don't have a problem with green tea extract, but they might have a problem with drinking the tea form, because that's what it comes down to. So extract is fine in a supplement because it's in a lot of stuff, but green tea and making it as a warm beverage is where you might draw the line. You guys agree with that? Or?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so right here, you know, my husband hands me this little thing that says that, you know, it's, so green tea is basically an herb, and they give thumbs up to all wholesome herbs. Okay, and green tea is one of them. So, Jill, I don't know if you want to just pass that information along to some of your friends. I don't know if they'll hear you out or not, because some people are just so gung-ho about what they think, and they think that's the Bible, and they're just going to go with that. But at least say, it's, you know, you can go to lds.org and it says it right there.
Or even just make a post about it
Yeah,
in a nice way.
loving way.
Yeah. I'm looking it up in FAQ right now because I thought I had it in the back office.
Yeah.
Um, the green tea we use in Shakeology is a whole herb powder with naturally occurring levels of caffeine. We do not add caffeine to it. The plant contains it. And it's not removed due to being a whole herb and an extract. Our extracts can only extracts can completely remove caffeine content from green tea. There is 1 milligram per serving. A typical 12-ounce cup of brewed coffee sold at popular coffee houses contain 250 milligrams of caffeine. A energy drink contains 380 milligrams of caffeine, and the typical Pepsi has 175. There you go. So, Love. So it would be what's 1 milligram. So like I said to Jill, I feel like it's an excuse and they're not ready and they're going to keep watching. And when they are ready, they'll come around. So that is kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I've talked to a couple other coaches in the network and they are doing just like a side fun group. And I know we've talked about it before, just having like a group on Messenger or something. But I think that all of the people who are giving me objections and who are saying not right now, I'm going to ask them to get a free Team Beachbody account. And I'm going to put them into just like either a mother survival group or like a missionary mom survival group or a scripture group or a positive thought of the day. And everybody's just going to post like their positive thought. There doesn't even need to be a pin post. It doesn't need to be anything high tech or scheduled, but that way those people are connected to you and they're really learning more about you and who you are. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, here we are, we're coming out, we're saying maybe we haven't posted a whole lot on Facebook. Maybe we've always been a very private person. Maybe we have not shared a whole bunch about our real life on Facebook. And when we become a coach, they encourage us to do it. And I think some people get really annoyed by us, and I think that they don't really understand that we're trying to market ourselves and our brand, and they think that we're just out there spamming them. But we're not, and we know we're not. So one of the things that's super important is to, we talked before about building your brand and having your brand be you and not Beachbody. And so we're sharing information about us that in a way kind of makes people fall in love with us. Not like they want to have an affair with us, but that they really deeply connect with us. And when we're marketing ourselves like that, we're gaining trust from our contacts. And the trust is what's really going to bring people to us. So when we are giving value, when we're adding value, when we are giving recipes, when we are giving, clean eating tips, when we were doing all those things, we're growing a relationship with our followers. Hurry up, run in and go. Run. We're growing a relationship with our followers. And that's typically what's going to bring challengers to us. So when we're making our posts, we really need to make sure we're adding value and that we are giving our followers a sense of who we are. So that when they run into us at the store, they should know who we are. And when you run into somebody and they say, I'm going to bring you guys with me. Isa is potty training. Well, she's pretty well potty trained, but she still won't go to the bathroom by herself. So here we go to the bathroom. Anyways, really creating that relationship with our followers and letting them know that we are real. So a couple of comments that I've had this past week from people just saying that I struggle too, and there are times that I don't want to get my workout in. People have messaged back and said we just kind of thought you were a robot, and we just thought that you were, what was the word that they used? That you were brainwashed into thinking that exercise is awesome. And that kind of hit me okay, I need to share more that no, there's maybe 2 times out of 7 that I actually really want to work out. You know what I mean? And I had another girl say, geez, it seems like you're working out all day. I don't have the time to work out all day. I homeschool my kids. I work 6 hours a day. And when I told her, no, I only work out once a day for 25 to 30 minutes, she was like, no, it seems like you're always working out. That's the only thing you do. And so it really showed me the things that I needed to personally change on my page. I've noticed that especially the last couple of weeks, Latavia's been putting her 25-minute or her 30-minute I did my 30 minutes, so that people are knowing it's not something that you have to do all day long, that your focus is only working out. I had another objection of a potential challenger who I've been talking to her off and on for about 6 months, but she was interested in would you share your journey of health and fitness if it helped you make $100 a week for your family? I posted that, asking that question, and so she was really intrigued, and I spent a lot of time talking to her, and it all came down to she didn't want to sell and spam her family and friends on Facebook. So I went back and I said, I need to ask you a question as a friend. I really want your true and honest feedback.
Mommy, right?
And I said, do you feel that when I'm posting that it's really salesy? And I said, I really want your honest feedback. So if that's how you feel, please let me know. And she wrote back saying, honestly, I didn't even realize you were a Beachbody coach. So I've noticed that other people just put like pictures of their Shakeology and their 21-day fix cups, and that's not what you're doing. So keep doing what you're doing. And she was very nice about it. But I think it's good to sometimes ask for feedback. I posted in the team page a couple of questions that I had for Brigitte. I need you to be quiet. And the responses of a lot of the objections that we get as coaches that she has gathered from other top coaches. So I suggest you guys maybe like copy and paste those pictures into your phone so that they're right on hand when you have those objections. Okay, I need you to stop asking. Sorry, that was a fun adventure. Glad I went with her though, because she would have pulled up her pants and not wiped. That would have not been good. Here, wash your hands. Anyways, so basically, just make sure that you are really getting your followers, that they're really getting to know you, and that they can really learn to trust you. So, the second thing I wanted to talk about, I'm going to try and open up my Dropbox and screen share. So bear with me for just a second. Okay, the iPad is right over here. I need you to come put it on with your headphones. Okay. Can you guys see what I'm doing right now or not really? No? Oh, okay, let's see. Somehow I can screen share. Oh, that's how. Okay, can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I uploaded these to my Dropbox and I was going to try to have them on a slide. But I did not get that far this morning. Okay, let me find it. Oh my goodness. Okay, it might not let me open those. Roxy's over here. Okay, now I'm going to screen share. Let's see, that was exactly what I wanted. Isa. Okay, here it is. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we are messaging our friends, I'm sorry, I have
Me.
so many interruptions today. I think we're done taking naps from now on. It's been like a steady 7 days of no nap. Can you watch your movie?
No. No.
Then you're gonna go lay night with your binky.
No.
Okay, then watch your movie.
Hear it.
Okay. So when you're messaging your people, are you guys keeping a track? Like, are you using Google Drive like we learned in Coach University? Are you using a notebook? Are you keeping track of who you're talking to and what they're saying? Nod your head if yes, shake your head if no. Okay. So one of the things, when Latavia just said that she is messaging people that she's not friends with, if you click to add them as a friend and then message them and then go into their page and like and comment on a couple of their pictures and posts. And when you're doing that, it's showing them that you're taking interest in them. So I've been reading the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, and one of the stories that stood out to me that I wanted to share with you guys, and I also learned, Darren Hardy also talked to this about the call on Thursday night that we won for Success Club. He told the same story, and it really spoke to me because I think sometimes I do this. So, Isa. So he talked about First Date Dave. And I don't remember if the guy's name was Dave, but I'm going to say it's Dave. So their buddy Dave was a handsome, successful entrepreneur. He had a whole calendar list of dates. He had no problem getting dates. He would take the girls out, take them on a date, wine and dine, take them to the best restaurant. And he would think that the date went really well, and then he'd never be able to secure a second date with these women. So one time one of their buddies ran into one of the girls that he'd taken out one time, and she said, "Hey, I just need to ask, can you give me some feedback of why you never wanted to go on a date with Dave again?" And she said, "Oh, Dave's a great guy, and he tried to sell me on what a great guy he was. And he talked about himself the entire time, told me all of his amazing features, all the reasons why he's going to make a great husband, father, entrepreneur, everything. He completely sold himself on me. He never once asked me one question about myself. And then when he was dropping me off, he said, 'Oh my gosh, I can see a future with us together. I can see you, being in my life for a long time.' And she thought to herself, 'But all you've done is talk about you. You don't know anything about me.'" So they told this to their friend Dave, and the very next date he went out with, he asked the girl questions about herself and learned more about her, was more curious about her than he was with himself, and that was the girl that he ended up marrying. So when we are messaging people, are we really getting to the bottom of what they want? Are we trying to create a problem, or that we then can give them a solution to? Or are we just, "Hey, how are you? How's life? Do you want to join my challenge group?" Which I think that if it's somebody that you've connected with before and it's not like a cold market person, then you can totally do that. But when we get out of our warm market and we're starting to try to get to know new people, we need to ask a lot of questions. Ask their kids' names. Ask how old their kids are. Ask, usually when you start asking these questions, they will come to you and say, "I have some fitness questions," or, "I have some questions about nutrition." But I have found a lot of times when I am just kind of more or less creating a problem for my friends that I'm messaging, instead of waiting for them to ask me for a solution, that I'm getting farther waiting for them to ask for a solution.
Down.
I need you to be quiet or you're going to go lay in your bed. So the people that are giving us a not right now or objections, I think we need to add them to a group. And then rotate them to the bottom of your list and check back in with a month or two, or whenever they say their objection is over. Like for me right now, it's the holidays. I am going to start talking about on my Facebook page, even though it's the holidays and things are crazy and we want to go to parties and we want to eat cookies and make treats, how much farther ahead we will be in January if we start now. So try to involve that in with your conversations with people too. Isa. And see, or even set a date that you can recontact them. So if they say, you know what, this sounds like so much fun, I'm going to wait till after the holidays. Say, okay, can I put you on my calendar to contact you in January? And literally put them on your calendar. And then contact them and say, we talked about this, blah, 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 and recreate your message. But I love how Carl says to talk to 3 people a day, the last quarter of the year, and it's going to set your 2016 up for success. So in our call with Darren Hardy, he talked about being in the red zone. And he talked about when you're sprinting or when you're a runner and you're pushing yourself to the red zone where you just want to quit. And then when you take 2 steps farther and you try a little bit harder, that's where the success comes, is 2 steps past that red zone. So Janice has heard 200 no's. So let's push her to 250 no's, because I can tell you she's going to hit Success Club the first 4 months of January because of those 200 no's. And especially once she keeps talking about herself and keeps sharing and creating that trust and that relationship, and when people are really feeling her genuine care. So even if they say no, unless they block you, it's important to go back after a couple of weeks of them saying no and just comment on one of their pictures on their Facebook. Like, make a note to go in and comment on one of their pictures. Or send them a message and say, you said you wanted some clean eating ideas. I found this on Pinterest. I'm going to share it with you on Pinterest. Just little things so that people aren't saying no and then you drop off the face of the earth. Because I think that people are really going to feel, like you don't care when you do that. So make sure that you have your calendar full in January. And that's going to put you 30% farther than anybody who in this business takes November and December and just slacks off. Because I can tell you, 75% of coaches do that. That's what Brigitte said. 75% of coaches give up in November and December because it is hard. And then they are 30% behind all of the coaches who just reconnected, re-engaged, added value, and tucked those not right nows into private little groups that maybe don't have anything to do with Beachbody coaching. And even if they don't want to do a free Team Beachbody account, put them in your group anyway. And that way you have constant contact and conversation and you're continuing to build that trust. So the next slide, let's see if I can find it. Is she being so loud right now? Can you guys hear me very well? Nod your head if you can. Okay. Let's see. That's not it. Why is it not coming up? Sorry, guys. Okay. So another thing I wanted to talk about is, like Latavia had started to talk about, are you growing your social circle? Are you continually adding? And sometimes I think, I don't have anybody else to add. I have added everybody that Facebook has suggested for me to add, and I have no more. But then that's when I have to go back and think. Think back to childhood, elementary school, junior high, your first job, and think of the 3 people from those time periods of your life that were the most influential to you. Think about your past high school teams, your church camps, your anywhere that you can try to re-find friends that already know you, but maybe you forgot about. So just try to like jog your memory. And I loved this little blurb of creating your map of how to grow your network. I know that Scotty and Brigida went through their yearbooks and they added everybody on Facebook from their yearbook. I don't know if that's something you want to do, or go through like your kids' preschool pictures and friend their parents. They've seen your face before. They know who you are. They might not really know who you are, but they at least are familiar with your face. So that's not really going into your cold market, but it's kind of a colder market than people you're already in communication with. I have started doing this last couple of days, and it is, I think, going to be helpful. Isa's bringing me all my couch pillows. I'm not quite sure why. Anyways, and one of the things that in the back office for the Fall Classic training, one of the things they said to say is, I'm trying to get a holiday, we could say, I'm trying to get a holiday survival group going. I'm looking for 5 women that want to do this with me. I don't know if this is something that you're interested in, or if you can give me the names of 5 people who have talked to you about wanting to survive the holidays and not gain a ton of weight. So those are some ways that you can grow your market. Shh, go get your baby. So those are the things I wanted to talk to you guys about today, is just creating trust, creating momentum in your messages, and really letting your followers and the people that you're messaging know that you really care, that you're not going to drop off the face of the earth, that you're not going to stop being their friend or stop messaging them or stop adding value to their lives because they don't want to join this month's challenge group. And then also to set your calendar for January. When he was talking about setting your calendar for January, it really made sense to me. Like, I've always wanted something that made me set goals. I have this friend that is a total goal setter, and she would always talk to me about how for an hour on New Year's Eve, her and her husband would sit down and they would write down the goals that they wanted, and then they would swap papers, and then they would conjoin their goals into the family goal. And I always was like, I want to do that. And anytime I tried to talk to Travis about it, he'd be like, goals, whatever. But I didn't really know how to set goals and really accomplish the goals until I started Beachbody, which a lot of people are wanting that. So even when we're talking about our goals, when we're talking about our faith, our family, our freedom, our financial freedom, when we are talking about those things on Facebook, sometimes it connects people to the Beachbody community, and they feel a little bit more connected to that than they do to actually just want to lose weight. I can't think of 4 people right now that want to lose weight. Nobody does, nobody cares. They all want to eat junk and candy and get fat and gain 20 pounds and then join in January. Literally, that's what they've said. So when we are sharing the Beachbody community and the things that we have learned and our personal development, I was looking back through Scotty Hobbs' Facebook page and his YouTube from clear back 3 years ago. I was just kind of I was researching top coaches, I guess you could say. And it really sparked my mind because one of the girls on his team who I went to high school with, she says he doesn't do any training. He doesn't do really a whole lot of social media training. And so she was asking me, I've noticed on Team Forward Fitness, everybody has their face in their pictures. They have tons of selfies. Is that something Brigida teaches you? But if you've never seen the face of the person who is inviting you to a challenge group, if you've never heard the voice of the person who's inviting you to a challenge group, Are you going to feel comfortable taking advice from them? Are you going to feel emotionally connected to them? Probably not. You're probably going to feel like they are just a salesperson saying, I've got the next best weight loss and I want you to, you know, join with me for a month, and then you're going to drop off the face of the earth. So I think it's really powerful to
Mommy, please.
have them know your voice. And we've talked before about sharing your, or answering some of your questions and talking to some of your instant message people through the voice text, so that they can hear your voice. They can hear the enthusiasm in your voice, because people connect a lot when they either see your face or hear your voice. So I've made it a goal, starting today, which I just did right before the call, to share some of my videos on my Facebook page. That is where Scotty Hobbs has grown so much trust, because he's literally, and he says, all I do is 3 to 5 times a week, I make a 2-minute video on what I learned in personal development, and I share it to my YouTube and I share it to my Facebook. And if you share it directly to your Facebook, not through adding your YouTube link, so like share it on the device that you recorded it on, your algorithm will be more likely to be seen from more followers than if you were to just paste your YouTube link into your Facebook page. So when people feel our excitement and when they feel our enthusiasm and when they hear our voices and they see our faces and they know our struggles, I know every single one of you have had so many comments from people on your Facebook when you open up and you talk about challenging things. So try to think about the things that you have learned, even if it's through Beachbody, even if it's...
I'm having trouble with the connection. Please try again in a moment.
I don't know where that came from.
Mom. Mom.
Oh, it's the iPad. Even if you are, and Isa's having Wendy's for lunch because we've been at the Beauty Supply and gathering crap all morning, so I'm a good mom. I'm a good Beachbody coach right here, giving my child Wendy's. Anyways, but I didn't get a Diet Coke. That's why I got my sparkling water. Believe me, I wanted to. Anyways, so those are just a couple extra tactics, and I feel like this time of year right now is the time for us to really get our followers to know us, to know our trials, to know our triumphs, to know our struggles, to know we are real, to connect with us, to fall in love with us, to light up their world, to light up their life, to come to us for a place of happiness. When we do this, we will have success. We literally just have to keep Brigida's advice for this month. I will tell you guys, I called my coach. It was like I needed my mommy. I texted Brigida and I said, we don't talk very often. Her and I don't, she's got 2,500 coaches. I just said, I need my mommy coach for just a minute. I know my team is struggling. I know they're getting discouraged with no's. I know they're all doing the perfect things, like they're all doing everything right. We are all hearing so many no's. Can you give me any advice as to what we need to change? And she said, honestly, your team is amazing. All of the coaches they have incredible, inspiring posts. She's like, I cannot give you any advice or them any advice on what to change. She said, the only advice I can give you is to really encourage personal development. If this is a downtime and we're hearing a lot of no's, we need to up our personal development. I liked how Scotty said on the National Wake Up Call that he does 6 hours of personal development every day. And I feel like I probably do close to 3.5 hours. I'm listening to it whenever I can. And when we're sharing the things that we're learning, people are going to connect to us. They're going to appreciate it. So Scotty is not necessarily saying, come to my challenge group, this is how much weight so-and-so has lost, but he's just sharing his personal development. He's just sharing, kind of like Latavia was doing the thought of the day on Periscope. Just sharing something that sparked his mind and helped him through that day, and making a video of it. And half the time he's in his backyard, like there was a couple of times that he had like frozen snot in his nose. Like, who cares? It makes him real. Don't be afraid of the videos because they're going to help people connect to us. So let's make it a goal for this next 42 days or however many days are left of 2015 to really grow ourselves, to grow our calendar for 2016, grow our network, and grow our trust. Add light, add knowledge, add helpful hints, and share your quirks and your downfalls and everything with people, because I promise you they appreciate it. It's come to my attention, and I didn't even think that I didn't think of this, but in the past couple of weeks I've shared a lot of things that have been really hard to share, and I've had people friend me. And this is another thing I started doing this week, which I wasn't doing before, and I suggest that you guys start to do, but it is really scary. When they friend request me, as soon as I hit accept, so if I don't have time right then to do it, I won't accept their friend request, but as soon as they hit accept, I instantly message them and I say, it's so great to connect with you over Facebook. I can't wait to get to know you better. And I've done that for the last 10 people that have friend requested that were not looking like psycho people from Turkey, which I have had 3 of those today. Then I had one say, I've been watching you for 4 months and I've been struggling with depression, and your posts are the only things that are keeping me going. So I didn't really think that people who were not even following us, who were not even our friends on Facebook, would be watching, but they are. You guys, every time somebody comments on your post that you're putting out there, all of their friends are seeing it, and people are coming to your page and they are viewing your page whether you know it or not. So, like I always say, be the light, be the inspiration, be the person that everybody's going to come to when it has been 2 months of dark, solitude, cold, and they have gained 12 pounds, they've lost themselves over the holidays, they're depressed, they're tired, they don't feel good. Be that beacon of light that they can come to. I promise it will come. So I haven't gotten a response from every person that I've said it's great to connect with you on, but I think that's something that we need to start doing. I'm also doing that on new followers. I did get on Twitter a couple of weeks ago, just trying to grow my network. I'm doing that with followers on Twitter and on Instagram. So get out there, grow your market, connect with others, be the light, and we will take off. Our rocket is fueling up. It's going to take off in January, and we are going to go to places that we never thought we could go before. So I am so incredibly blessed to have all of you amazing ladies staring back at me. Thank you for being so patient with all the little kids and the bathroom incident. And I will see if anybody has any other questions. Please unmute yourself and ask. If not, you know where to find me if you do think of a question. And let's really push forward. I have made a goal of trying to invite 10 to 15 people a day, at least reconnect, and then invite for the next 40 days of this quarter. Even if it's just re-engaging in conversation, that is moving you forward in your business. So do not feel like it's wasting time. And keep being amazing. Love you guys. Thanks for getting on.